Joining me now is Larry Holder, staff writer for the Times-Picayune and also for NOLA.com. And shocking news and somewhat staggering as far as the team is concerned, but how does the defense regroup with the loss of Mathieu?
I think they're going to be fine. Obviously, he's one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. I mean, there's no question about that. But this defense is already pretty stout. I mean, you have Sam Montgomery, Barkevious Mingo, I know Eric Reed's coming back. And I think they're not going to honestly miss as much of a beat as you would think. Now, are you going to miss some? Yes. Was he maybe the most popular player in college football? Yes. But to think that they can't overcome this, I think you're fooling yourselves. They're still one of, if not maybe the best defense in all of college football.
Well, but Larry, as strong as that defense is, if you have an Achilles heel on it, it would probably be the defensive backfield where they're a little bit thin. How do they compensate, and who would be that guy to step up?
Well, I know they're going to be able to use their playmakers. I know Tharold Simon's going to be one of their guys, and I know the redshirt freshman Collins is probably going to be the guy who could step in and be that playmaker type guy. Now, here's the thing. Tyrann Mathieu, he is not the best, say, cover corner guy there is. I mean, those two guys left, Patrick Peterson and Morris Claiborne, the last couple of years. He's more of a playmaker, so I think they're going to be fine there. But like you said, they have lost some depth there, but it's something I'm sure Les Miles, John Chavis, they'll be able to just plug in someone else. But Mathieu, hard to replace, but they're going to, I think they will be able to find some sort of playmakers back there.
Well, and I guess that was going to be my next question. We've all got the pictures ingrained in our minds of Mathieu ripping the ball out and then scoring. Do they have a guy who can step into those shoes, or is it just going to be a team effort?
I think it's going to have to be a team effort because there's no guy maybe in the country that has that sort of playmaking ability. You think maybe LSU can find someone can kind of elevate their game and be able to do that. But to say they have someone like that, I don't know if any other team has that. McNeese State has that probably now with Tyrann Mathieu going there. But it's going to be hard to replicate that. But they have playmakers. I mean, they they reload. They don't regroup. They reload.
So McNeese State is a done deal?
From everything up here, I know McNeese State, they had permission to talk with Tyrann Mathieu shortly. I don't know if that's a done deal, but it sounds like that's the way it's going to go.
Yeah, Jackson State also in the mix of the whole thing. Now let's talk about the player. Let's talk about the guy. He had some issues last year, obviously. Coach Miles, we heard him just a moment ago. He's genuinely concerned about the individual, about the young man. Is he going to be okay?
I think he will. Obviously, this is a step you did not want to take as Tyrann Mathieu. If you're looking for future in the NFL, it's probably going to knock him down out of the first round as far as that's concerned. But a lot was put on this kid early. I mean, the Honey Badger name, everyone knows it in all of college football and throughout just sports. And that's a lot for someone to kind of bear. He's only a sophomore going into his junior year. That's a lot to bear. So obviously you hope he could overcome this if you're an LSU fan, even though he had to go away. But if you're Les Miles, it's what you had to do. And you could tell it really kind of got to him that he had to make this sort of decision to let Tyrann Mathieu go. But there's only so many times you can mess up, and Les Miles has done this before. He kicked Ryan Perrilloux off the team. Tyrann Mathieu, I give kudos to Les Miles for doing this.
Had to be done, and sad state of affairs, but hopefully it's going to work out for everybody. Larry, sit tight. We'll talk about LSU in total in just a moment. Ranked number 1 in the preseason. Before Tyrann Mathieu's dismissal, are the pieces still there for the Tigers to make a national championship run? And later, we're going to switch gears to the Saints, who appear to have put off-season controversy behind them and have changed the tone on defense. We'll be right back.